Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. If you're into creepy and weird goons, it's always a pleasure. I love seeing you guys coming in, smoking the like button. It feels so wholesome. It's such a family environment when you guys chime in here. And for those of you guys, that are like, hey Teddy, we know you're fake. That hairline's fake. You grew it out all so much just to confuse us all. I don't know why everyone's so frustrated about my hairline. Bro, this is real hair. I just am super lazy. You have no idea how lazy I am. I'm just super lazy. I don't get haircuts, so it just keeps growing, and it's just, just gravitates towards the front. I'm not trying to hide any receding hairline, though probably getting one. I mean, I'm old. But yeah, it's just real crazy hair. So I promise you everything's okay. And on that note, more videos my wife gave me. We're going to get right into it.
Plan is to flood Europe and North America, and the West in general, with enormous numbers of people, migrants from other cultures, to transform and dismantle Western society as we know it. So that's the goal. What's that phrase I've used so often over the years? Know the outcome and you'll see the journey.
What are they going to flood it with? Wait, they're going to flood everything. And then you're going to know the outcome and you're going to know the journey also. What the hell? What the hell is this guy trying to tell us? Yeah, so they come in, they flood us somehow. Flood us with what? There's a lot of things they could flood us with. My mind's going towards flooding us with people. We'll see. Time will only tell.
It's a mystery, like nowhere. And all the tens of thousands of hieroglyphs found throughout ancient Egypt, not one single one of them shows anything about them cutting stone, nor does it show anything depicting the construction of a pyramid. The Egyptians are said to be a Bronze Age culture, and by that I'm talking a copper saw, and they pour in sand and water, and essentially the quartzite particles are what's cutting it. However, when modern tests have been done on testing it on granite and limestone, it's failed miserably. They were said to be tombs for the pharaohs. They were all said to be done in a chronological order and within a certain period of time. When you're talking tens of millions of stone blocks in aggregate, the Great Pyramid is 2.3 million. You have the other couple that are a couple million a pop, and then doesn't include all the other tens of millions of blocks that make up statues, casing stones, other buildings. There had to have been at least 50 million stones cut throughout ancient Egypt. When you're doing it with methods that can barely get more than an inch an hour, it's so slow, and not to mention the precision is nowhere near it. And so it's like,
no one will ever know how the pyramids were built. I don't even know. You don't even know. The experts that claim, oh Teddy, I'm an Egyptologist, I know the things, this is exactly how it's, they don't know. Don't believe them. I only trust Ancient Aliens on History Channel as my source of truth, and definitely there was I'm not even kidding you, it just don't make sense. Why didn't they picture how the pyramids were built? They did everything else. They even had a ritual where their pharaohs would pleasure themselves into the river as a way of like bringing good harvests, so it's like they did all these other things. They put that on the hieroglyphs, but they don't put the creation or the building of the pyramid. Maybe they weren't the ones that built it. Got you there. Yeah, very interesting. I don't know if this guy was truly on Joe Rogan or not, but it was a very intriguing conversation that he laid out to us. All right, let's keep it going.
NASA recently discovered something called X points around Earth and also around the sun. These are naturally occurring portals that open and close every single day all around the outside of our planet. The Themis satellite system discovered these portals a few years back, and they've been analyzing and watching them. Some of them create direct pathways to the sun and even to other planets in our solar system. So these are called X points. They exist all around the outside of our planet. They're where magnetic diffusion points hit and cross, like our magnetic fields hit and cross. In some way, combining that crossing of electromagnetic fields with charged particles from the sun opens up a portal. So portals naturally can occur in nature. You don't have to make them artificially. So that's pretty interesting. All we have to do now is learn how to harness that power. How do you make it stable for something to pass through without collapsing? And we can travel through space. We can go great distances without having to put ourselves in hibernation pods and things like that.
Wait, so at first it made it seem like, yes, these things exist. Then he's like, hey, we need to harness this power. But it's like, if they already exist, hasn't someone already harnessed it? Or is it just random portals that, hey, let's go into this portal. Oh, damn it, we burned up. We're at the sun. We meant to go to Pluto. Ah, damn it. You know why, Teddy? Pluto wasn't a planet. You were supposed to put in Planet X. That's the next planet. Oh my god, oh my god. There's a lot to consider here when it comes to portal technology. So yeah, if that truly existed, yeah, definitely beats hibernation pods. Well, I would rather just, boom, like Portal, the game. I go into one, I come out the other side in a whole new area. So that sounds awesome. I am totally down. Let's harness this power. Sounds like this guy knows. And let's see.
Comply with this next tyrannical government move, which just rolled out in Europe. We have unbelievable news over the past 24 hours out of Europe that the mainstream media, of course, is totally ignoring the story, which is, I'm sure, a surprise to you. It could have massive implications for you and your family. Yes, this is about Europe, but it's coming to the United States as we speak because the Federal Reserve is actively working on the very same thing, and the Biden administration wants it. The European Parliament voted to roll out the digital identification program. This will pass, and it will soon take over everyone's lives in the European Union. Your medical records, all of your personal information, your whereabouts, your movement through GPS, all of it being tracked instantaneously and verified by the government.
I mean, I have a cell phone. It's already doing that. But yeah, this is scary. Europe, why are you doing this, man? Why are you doing this? You're not the first though. So jump on board. Most cell phone technology already spying. It may not be the cell phones itself, but the apps, the using of your user logs that these apps may send and sell off to others. So yeah, quite intriguing, but let's see what ends up happening. Only time will tell. They just rolled this out, so let's see if that adaptation really comes in. All right, let's keep it going.
A lot of the new science data has come out about Mars now. So first they were just saying Mars was a cold, dry rock. So I kept saying, if it's just a cold, dry rock, why are we spending literally collectively on as a planet trillions of dollars to go there? Trillions. Why would you keep spending money to go? Who's approving these checks? Then when I saw India raise $3 million to send a satellite there, I said, there's something really going on. When you look into the new science data, you find out that first they were saying cold, dry rock. Now they're saying flowing water. Now they're saying lakes. Hectares worth of lakes of water. Now they're also saying it's salt water, brine, right? And they're saying now that, wow, we can see where rivers were and oceans were, and there's still huge pockets of massive amounts of liquid water. And then all of a sudden they're saying now, before they were saying no oxygen, now they're saying, oh, there's oxygen. If you're like 10 feet or below, it's almost breathable. It would be like being about 14,000 feet above sea level. Then they were saying, no, your DNA would unravel because of the radiation, because there's no magnetic field. Then they're saying now, all of a sudden, wait a minute, we do discover a magnetic field.
I don't, at first he said, hey, we didn't know there was water there, but it's like it's always been a theory that Mars has water, and then the oxygen we were supposed to find out as the rovers told us the information and sent it back. But then again, space is fake, Teddy. How can you believe anything? Wait, is this the Portal guy? Did we just watch a video with this guy? I swear, what is going on? This guy's the space expert now. He knows, Teddy, he knows. And he hits on the point of India sent stuff to Mars way cheaper than the trillions of dollars that the United States spent to get to space. So during the space race, yes, and even after the space race, yeah, they got a little crazy with the spending, but now it's really private agencies going into space. So that spending now relies on the private agencies, and I'm sure they've done their realizations and are invoicing properly and all that. But when it comes to India, I'm sorry, Indian guys, Indian gals, I'm throwing us under the bus. We're cheap, all right? It's cheap labor. We make the stuff anyway. We're right in India, so we're gonna send it up, and guess what? It's gonna work. We make this stuff work. We got all the IT guys in one place. We got all the engineers in one area. We're gonna figure it out, and they did it, and they did it cheaper. So I do applaud them. They did a great job. But it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Only time will tell what Mars has to bring. I do believe we have to terraform Mars, meaning we have to go in there and we have to truly make the planet habitable. So very interesting take here. And yeah, let's keep it going. Bro, they told me the sun wasn't gonna die for many, many years. I'm gonna die before the sun dies, bro. Like, wait a minute, Teddy, we're all goons. We're gonna manifest living forever. Oh, man, that is true. Maybe we will see the sun die. Just not this 31st, some other 31st in some far future. Yeah, a lot of interesting dates. Only time will tell. I've seen prediction videos like this many times. It would be great if NASA came out and was like, hey, we are on a floating island covered in a firmament, and, you know, we were wrong the entire time. Come on. I want Neil to tell us first. Neil, please tell us the truths about space. You first told us it was a pear, and now they're trying to tell us it's a firmament encapsulation. Are we gonna find the other aliens? What is the need for the Space Force? No one ever answers that question. It's because no one knows. Come on, Teddy. Wake up.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemical.
Yeah, those definitely, those mountainous rocks, I don't know what the actual plateau. Oh my God, here comes the geography experts. Oh, Teddy, this is actually what it's called. But those things did appear to be like petrified trees that were cut down or something. What the hell? What the hell? Could you imagine? There were even bigger trees than we ever thought. It was as big as really the mother tree, I guess. That is wild. I never knew that there was a potential of trees getting that enormous. But, you know, if our world is as big as it is, so why not have big trees that once existed? Everything was big back in the day. You see the size of the dinosaurs, Teddy? Everything was big. They gotta eat them big trees. If they that big, they can't be relying on our small trees here. Interesting.
Negative ETs, Greys, Zetas, Dracos, Reptilians, all of these beings are being controlled by an artificial intelligence that has existed in this universe for a billion years. Ancient artificial intelligence system has already taken over a huge part of the universe because it's controlling these negative extraterrestrial beings. And this negative AI is called the Red Spider system. The Red Spider system is in charge. It's where all the directives are sent, and it coordinates the activities of all these various negative ET species to further use the 13 families or the banking families to issue directives to the government. So in effect, what they've created out of planet Earth is a lush factory of negative energy to feed all of our negative energy up the food chain. So in essence, The Matrix was a documentary. The Matrix described this whole system very well, where humans are becoming fodder for machines. And people think, will AI one day take over? Theoretically, no, it already has a billion years ago.
Dude, this is wild. This is wild to even consider. And this guy did definitely a lot of jumping with this Red Spider to the 13 families and the banking systems and pushing an agenda. I have no idea about this Red Spider system and what it entails, but it definitely is scary to know that this is something that the elites are potentially getting without even knowing that they are being targeted by the red spider system because of their influence and the negativity that they can spread, similar to humans living in a matrix, like the Matrix movie, where just beings being used by a greater AI. Mr. Anderson, he's gonna use us all, Teddy. But regardless, wait, it wasn't Mr. Anderson, right? What was the name of the guy that was always coming after Neo? God, it was that guy. That guy's the main AI. The main AI. So AI that was so ancient that it surpasses us, that we are so dumb that we don't even know it's running. And to be honest with you, the way tech works and the way science is, this very well could be true. This could be an AI that's running in a whole different dimension, and we can't see it, we can't fathom the existence of it, and it is actually doing true manipulation without us even realizing it. You know, maybe all these targeted ads is just ancient AI doing its thing in order to achieve its goal. But hey, it may outlive us, or we may live alongside it. Only time will tell. I'm ready.
Hermon. Oh, in the book of Enoch, 200 angels, watchers, descended upon the top of Mount Hermon. But this man, Sir Charles Warren, he was the chief of police for London or something. And he wanted to go to the Israel-Palestine area and map it out. And he made it to Mount Hermon, and he said there was this giant ancient temple, this spiral thing. And he said at the center, it appeared to be an altar for sacrifices. But up there also was this giant stone tablet with these carvings and writings on it. They brought it back to England, but then the British Museum put it in the archives. No one is allowed to go and do today. At the peak of Mount Hermon is a UN lookout post kind of thing. If you're not high ranking, you cannot go up there. They have banned any archaeological digs, anything around that area.
Oh man.
Not cool.
What's crazy too is some biblical scholars theorize that the transfiguration of Jesus also happened at the top of Mount Hermon. If the watchers descended upon this place, is there a weird portal?
It's certainly a place where that veil is thinner.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about.
Is the veil thinner, or is that the landing spot? That's where it's going to happen, and we got to claim to it before anyone else. So we are the first ones to interact. Yeah, very interesting. Never knew this about Mount Hermon. But, I have a feeling we're going to find out soon. We're going to find out soon whether we are here alone or we are here with other intelligent beings. And, the UN is definitely doing some shady stuff in order to take over and be like, get out of here. Don't worry about it. We got this. By the way, I know I forgot to check in with you guys earlier. Make sure, double check. Did you smoke or vaporize that like button? I'm not sure, buddies. Don't be that guy. Remember, we know. The goons know. The analytics know. You tell YouTube, hey, I enjoy this content, YouTube. Give me more of this Indian man. I'm starting to like him. All right, let's keep it going.
In the last ice age, pre-Younger Dryas, we're going to call it 20,000 years ago, we had evidence around the world of highly sophisticated advanced civilizations. If you were to try to imagine what would be left over from our civilization, we record nearly everything on either paper or digitally. Nearly everything. Some stone structures we've created, like old churches or whatever, have some writing in them, in the stones, but most of the stuff we build is glass, it's metal. Let's say something happened to us. We were gone for 2,000-3,000 years. And then another group came and was like, I don't think there's anybody here before us. What would be left from us? We would be looking at nothing that exists from our civilization. Nothing except for, and this is the except, the only thing that would survive would be the stonework we made. Specifically with granite. Granite's one of the hardest materials on Earth. It lasts forever. Basalt, granite were the most popular two ways that these ancients built. They were brilliant. We think that they were primitive. No, they left behind more than we would find from our entire civilization now. I want to make that statement very clear.
That is crazy to consider. And and if this other generation of humans does come in after our demise, they're going to look at the pyramids and be like, hey, did the previous generation make this? Oh, let me come up with some theories. Yeah, they had floating tablets, and then with those floating tablets and moving their hands around, they got to putting these stones together to build a pyramid. What was the pyramid used for? Oh, probably their Wi-Fi signals. I know. Imagine the things that they're going to consider, and then it's like for us, we're like, we don't even know why the pyramids were there. We're thinking it was for this. So yeah, this guy is definitely speaking truth. In order to solidify our existence, I would like solid proof, and the best solid proof is granite and stone artifacts here that we can carve into, and I guess time, regardless of how much damage it does, those will persevere throughout history. So yeah, very intriguing, I guess a spin on history that I've never considered, that hey, maybe the previous guys weren't even the ones that built the pyramids and we're just assuming, and that's why we can't figure it out. You know, who built the pyramids in the first place, Teddy? That's the but it's not just the pyramids. There's many things I want to know. There's many things, and that's what the beauty of this channel is. We are here. We are the explorers. We're going to see it all. All right, let's keep it going.
Now, this is scary. So there's a specific place where hell is on earth. In the Bible, Jesus said, one of my disciples named Antipas would die and be martyred. Right? Now, St. Antipas was martyred and he was killed in, you know, that torture bowl. So they put somebody in like a metal bowl and like boil them alive. That happened in Geneva, Switzerland. People are saying Geneva, Switzerland is the literal place of hell. It's literally the portal to hell, or that's at least where the devil resides, because that's what it says in the Bible. Now, check this out. Do you know what else is in Geneva, Switzerland? CERN. CERN headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland, and the CERN logo is what? 666. CERN is working on particle generation and messing with matter of the universe to tear our dimension with the supernatural. So what if in theory they're trying to open the portal to hell? Have you ever been to Geneva?
No, I've never been to Geneva, but I don't think CERN's trying to open the portal to hell. I think they're trying to shift our dimensions, and whatever they broke back in 2012, they're continuing to patch and be like, they'll never know. They'll never know. It was Berenstein the entire time, but they'll never know. Curious George had a tail. Wait, and he didn't, but regardless. Pikachu had a brown stripe at the end of his tail, Teddy, I swear. I couldn't tell if this was real Joe Rogan or AI Joe Rogan, but it does make you wonder, and the correlations are intriguing as well. Hey, you know, the torturing of the bull with the human, the 666 from the CERN. He's really jumping there. But hey, only time will tell the true reasons for CERN, and it's going to be intriguing. It is. I can't wait.
My grandma worked at the USIA for 44 years with, not the entire 44 years, but very quickly earned a top security clearance. She was an editor and a very, very smart woman. But I remember back in the 80s, her telling me that way back when, in the United States, they cut down all of the female trees because they didn't want people to get free food. And they replaced them with male trees, which pollinate and cause allergies, in order for collaborating companies to sell antihistamines, which antihistamines, according to the CIA and any other professional source that has done remote viewing, basically affect your ability to remote view. They cause severe issues when you're trying to do anything out of body. I'm not saying what's what. That's just what she told me. Grandma was a very smart woman.
Yeah, she was a very smart woman, but, you know, in theory, people that work for the CIA are not supposed to tell you that they work for the CIA, because it is a blow of their cover. You will never know a CIA operative works for the CIA. They will just not admit it unless there truly is a situation where they have to represent themselves for the CIA. Then they will identify and show you their credentials. Now, an FBI agent, they can tell you all the time, hey, I work for the FBI, these are my details, blah, blah, blah. The whole different thing, you know. And then she talked about clearance levels for the CIA. The clearance levels for CIA are not top secret. There's a whole different level system there. It's not the same as the government clearance levels. So I see some jumping around in this story. I'm sure her grandma was smart, is smart. I'm not trying to denounce her connection to her grandma at all, but there is just some oddities in this that I just don't vibe with. It's just, I know, hey, she was on her deathbed. She could have told me about the CIA then, Daddy. Come on now. But it's just, in my experience, I just never been in a situation. Have you ever seen a retired CIA operative on his deathbed? Really? I want proof. I want proof that you truly experienced someone, a true CIA operative, on their deathbed confessing that they worked for the CIA and they know all this. It's a mystery. It'll never happen. They usually disappear before that even happens. We gotta disappear, Teddy. It's not because we're truly unalived. It's because we gotta disappear. We're doing crazier things. We gotta go look at the Space Force. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of coincidence. Now, the interesting part is all the female trees are gone. And for those of you guys, I know you're burning all the female trees. The Ganja Goons gang knows. Stop burning the female trees, boys. Whoa, Teddy, I need to get higher off the ground, Teddy. Come on now. It very well, they may have reduced the amount of trees, but unfortunately, the way nature is, those female trees came back even stronger, buddy, ready to populate and continue spreading their genetics across the earth. So maybe we did go through that, but male trees, they do, send their seed or their pollen to pollinate the female seeds, female flowers. We're trying to keep it professional here, but yeah, it could be. I'm just a little skeptical here, but makes sense. It definitely fits the narrative of this is why everyone has allergies now. It's not because, hey, we're weak-minded human beings and we got issues with our lungs and it's genetics that's passing down the issues with our lungs. It's because of male trees and them sending out their pollen because we got rid of all the female ones years ago.
Was procured and sent to work for a family. There was a boy, the boy's mother, and the boy's grandfather. They were coming from Africa, and because of something the boy did something very, when he was very little. And then one day I asked Imelda, I said, is he the Antichrist? She didn't even blink. She said, no, but he will present the mark. And when you see him do that, the Antichrist will take the stage. Boom, that boy is the star of the world. The boy's name then was El Elyon. Changed over time, and the world adores him, but he's the king of Babylon.
Leon, and they're relating that to Elon. Whose nanny is this? Are we really sure? Elon, is this your nanny? Someone tag him for me. Elon. I don't know. This is skeptical. I'm sure this person did nanny the Antichrist and survived. Wow, look at this nanny, bro. Could you imagine? She survived, and now she's letting us know, hey, I nannied this guy, Leon. He did bad things, and, now he's got the mark, and he's spreading that Neuralink everywhere, and, yeah, he very well could be. It could be anybody. Only time will tell. Only when we get to that stage, we will know who is with us and who was against us the entire time. Because, in here they're saying it's Elon, in another one they say it's Trump, in another one they say it's Biden. Everyone's got the mark at this point. We're going to keep it going.
There's a secret part of the Great Pyramid that you go and you stand up into. And if you hum, it resonates all the way to the top of the pyramid and back down. And it literally lights your heart on fire. My heart was like, whoosh. whoosh, my heart chakra was being broken open, and I'm feeling this energy, and it's just so strong. When I got home from this trip, I had knowledge that I didn't even know I had. I literally downloaded so much knowledge. Hathor, Isis. I all of a sudden knew who these Egyptian gods were. All of a sudden, I know things.
Wow, that is crazy, and that is definitely something that could be plausible. We've seen patterns of vibrational frequencies, and she says sound is vibrations, right? So it very well something could have happened in that chamber that this lady says she experienced, where she had downloaded things that she now knows, which she doesn't know how. And then the whole cleansing of the chakras and getting that spiritual awakening, if you will, I guess, from just humming a sound in that room or just being present in the room, very well could be. We don't know why the pyramids were there. Vibration and sounds could have been used in some way, shape, or form in what the pyramids' intended use was. So yeah, I like this a lot.
Pay attention and listen, because NASA found heaven using the Hubble telescope. Look.
Hey, the Hubble telescope launched back in 1990. 4 years later, 1994, we get that image right there. Okay, shot back down to Earth from the Hubble telescope. Now, what did NASA do? Of course, they tried to hide it, but it didn't work. Now, by the way, that picture right there, my uncle gave me that picture. It was taken by a photographer at Ellington Airfield of the Hubble telescope. You guys know my uncle worked at NASA, and he told me that NASA, does in fact try to hide images and anomalies from the public. Okay, I just wanted to include that little tidbit of information in my video today. By the way, my microphone shorted out. I'm using a different microphone, guys. But check it out. I mean, look, you can see towers, pillars, caves. I mean, it looks like a man-made building. Okay, this galactic city in the middle of the universe. I mean, this is mind-blowing. I thought it was fake, but this, like I said, guys, this is a real NASA image leaked to the public. And I don't know why I've never heard about it. I was watching another channel last night, and they covered the topic here, and I was blown away. I mean, it's quite beautiful, actually. And the crazy thing is, okay, when it was leaked back in 1994, it was one day after Christmas. So was that intentional? Because they're calling it, the city of God. So to me, I mean, I don't know. Was that someone at NASA that, is basically trying to send us, the American people, the Earth, the world, for the world, really, when we're talking about the Hubble telescope, are they trying to send us a message? I mean, what are we looking at here, guys? Crazy. I mean, it reminds me of ancient ruins on Mars or the moon or any planet for that matter. But check it out. And it has these weird domes and tower, almost like a watchtower, and you can actually see different rooms. And I mean, to me, there's too many shapes and there's too much geography there. It doesn't look natural. Okay. Very beautiful to look at. When I saw it, I just kind of stared at it for a while. I was like, wow, that is absolutely beautiful. But I mean, right there's the original image right there. I did add a little bit of a filter, but like I said, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the original NASA image untouched. And also, we're going to zoom in here in a minute and, get a good close look at it. Because you guys know I do everything I can to show you every bit of detail. I mean, right there, guys. Here we go. We're going to zoom in a little bit. I mean, that, to me, I don't know. That does not look natural. And why would something like that be literally floating in space, right? And right there, you see that little tower? And is that like a little moon? Maybe they have two moons behind them. It looks like a city. Like something you would see on Google Maps. I mean, totally crazy. There's a little tunnel right there, some caves, and almost like a V-shaped roof back there, some type of awning. I don't know, guys. I mean, you tell me. You tell me what you think in the comment section, because, I'm completely blown away here. You know, and when you put all the facts together, the fact that it was leaked, okay, NASA tried to classify the picture, right? They tried to hide the picture from the public, but it was too late. Reporters already had their hands on it. And by the way, you know, it's kind of buried on the internet.